Hi there, it's Corin Wilhelm here, and I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an insider tip on where you can go to find good online dictionaries. Now, dictionaries are a very personal thing, so you might have one that you use that you think is fantastic, and I don't want to, take you away from that. If you've got one that works, use that dictionary. That's fabulous. Okay, the important thing when you're learning a language, it doesn't really matter what level you are at, is that you understand the meanings of the words. So, for example, my German is actually pretty good now, but still I sometimes get a word and I'm not really 100% sure if I'm using it right, or if I'm understanding it right, or if it has more of a negative connotation or a positive connotation, or if it's more of a business term, or sometimes I have words stuck in my language from my time in Bavaria, that aren't really relevant or, ideal in Berlin. So using dictionaries is a great way to improve your language skills, and I have a few favorites. Now, I'm a language trainer, so of course I have quite a few of these, because when I'm writing my blogs I like to link to different words and phrases, and obviously I have quite a few listed. So I'll just give you an insider tip, like behind the scenes where I have. Let me see. Okay, I've got here teaching, and then I've got all my vocabularies and glossaries in one place. So as you can see, they're not actually in any particular order, because I've got a pretty good feel now for which ones are good for which kind of words. But I've got Lingui. Urban Dictionary is one that you have to use if you want something, the meaning of a word that's more colloquial, a bit more kind of authentic. Then the Urban Dictionary is a good place to go, but I do warn you, they use quite a lot of swear words there, and they can be a little bit sexist. So that's just a warning, a heads up. So I'm not really a fan of that, but the rest of the stuff they're doing is great. So go ahead and use that. My personal favorite is that was a mistake. Merriam-Webster. Now, what I like about this is that Merriam-Webster is a single language dictionary, so when you look up the meaning of a word, it won't tell you the German word at all. So it will make you think in English, basically. So that's why I like that. Somebody from my Fit in English group has just said something. So the other ones I use are DictCC. I've very recently discovered Collins, and I'm quite enjoying using that. This One Look Dictionary wasn't particularly very good a second ago when I tried this, but these things are all very dependent on the word you're looking for. Dictionary.com is very good for the meanings. It's also quite good for idioms. I've got this here twice. That's a, you see, that's a sign that I like it a lot, isn't it? There's thesaurus.com if you want a slightly different way of saying things. So the Germans are very uncomfortable about using the same word twice. The Brits aren't really all that bothered about that, but thesauruses are great for that. This is more for my son than anything else. He loves to know where the words come from, how they originated, who said it first, how's it being used now. He likes that kind of thing. This Rhyming Zone is because I write quite a lot of poems. And sometimes I get to the last line and I can't find something that rhymes, so I kind of cheat. And this last one, I think I've just saved that in the wrong place, sorry. So let me just take you through, first of all, Merriam-Webster. Now when you go to Merriam-Webster and you look on it on Google, you will get a few options, and although I have the link here, I've deliberately taken you to this page because this thing here is fabulous. Word of the day, really worth signing up for, and they have some word games and quizzes and things like that as well. So if we go into there, and I'm going to use the word ambiguous. Now ambiguous means that the person speaking isn't being, sorry, I spelled it wrong. The person speaking it isn't being very clear about what they want, and we'll just look at this. Sorry about that. All over the place here. This definition, and then I'm going to take you to the Urban Dictionary because I quite like the Urban Dictionary definition. So it's a doubtful or uncertain, especially from obscurity or indistinctness. So I think this is a very complicated way of explaining it. So it's something that could be misunderstood or interpreted the wrong way. So let's have a look at the Urban Dictionary. So it says, when someone describes something loosely, either due to a lack of more descriptive words, or more commonly, they are being vague because they are afraid to confront a person or situation with how they actually feel. People are sometimes ambiguous because their true opinion is brash, rare, too personal, and they either simply haven't got the confidence to share it, or sharing it would result in too much information which could prove damaging for either party in the conversation. So communication can really mess up on relationships. So this is a good example of that. Ambiguity is common today in things like status messages and news headlines, where the writer wants to paint a topic with a broad brush, and politicians, they're experts at this. So they are often ambiguous on talking points that they might not want to talk about right now. And the bottom line is politicians often aren't very informed, are they? So ambiguity can be due to ignorance, but it can be due to, watching your words. Okay, so that's Webster's and Urban. Then we have this one here. This is Ponce. Now, Veronica told me about this, actually, and I've been using this a little bit more often. So ambiguous, they've got double meaning, zweideutig, mehrdeutig, unklar, gemischte Gefühle, ambiguous feelings, or ambiguous wording, missverständlicher Wortlaut, like that. And then we have Leo, of course. Now, a lot of us are using Leo, and what I love about Leo is it kind of splits it into sections. So it's got adjectives and adverbs, it's got nouns, but the really good bit is often right at the bottom now. Oh, they don't have that for this term, but quite often at the bottom they have idioms, phrases, questions, and things like that, including the word, so that you can get a feel for how it's used in context. Right. So that's it. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Now, who sent me a message? I'm loving this.